Fueled by the same passion as eSports athletes, ZAKI continuously develops tailored products, empowering gamers to bring their best out. Today, we are launching the all-new XL2566X Plus, which uses the newly developed Fast TN panel and upgraded DIAC2 technology. The new monitor series continue to evolve, refining details to ensure players can perform their best consistently in games.
Create a lobby by your own rules.
Bar. Assalomu alaykum hammaga. Sizlar bilan ZAKI va bugun biz majburiy sharxlimiz va ikkinchi o'yinimiz boshlanishga 2 daqiqa, 1.5 daqiqa qoldi. Bir zo'r birinchi o'rinda ayrim sabablarga ko'ra sharhlamadik.
Netting 10 rounds on the CT side, still took M80 the full 24 to be closing this one out in regulation. Great start from them, of course, but as Sin just said in that Winners interview with Banks, could have been a little bit cleaner moving into that T side.
Yeah, it got super close, very, very close, in particular in the second half, where I had a certain moment thought, oh, they're going to let this one slip. They're going to potentially lose out on a big lead and lose out on a big victory coming into the match. I think most people expected Bait to be the favorites. Most people expected Bait to win the game, but for M80 to pull off the upset and somehow, some way find a way to win despite not really showing up in the second half, Maui, that is a good start to the major for them. That's a positive note to leave the game on.
What M80 can be proud of, despite the fact that it was an extremely rocky T side there, is that they played the late rounds very well in terms of 2v2s, clutches. When they got into those open bomb site situations, they were the better team. And for the first half, thank goodness that they gave themselves the cushion there, because practically everybody chimed in. I saw Swisher with a great multi-frag, Slacks was consistently shaving off some of the pieces, Lake had some great moments too. I mean, I feel like everybody had at least one point in this game where they can be already proud of themselves for what they've done here at the major.
And we just got to see the clutch coming out from Hex as well, which is one of very few T rounds they did manage to get. Maybe we put the shoe on the other foot for the moment and talk about Bait and maybe the lackluster start that they had to this. Was there anything that you picked up from that first half as to the reason why they were really struggling to get those rounds on the board?
I mean, obviously, when you don't finish out any of the rounds, when you don't get it over the finish line, and you have a lot of moments in the first half that could have gone your way, but you just over and over, you keep losing the important trades, the important kills, the important clutches. At some point, you're gonna hit. You know, it does feel like you're just hitting your head into a wall, and I felt that's exactly what was happening for Bait out there. They win the second pistol, and you could instantly see that they were revived. You know, they felt like, okay, listen, we can still play Counter-Strike at a high level. We can definitely go toe-to-toe in terms of the individual skill on the server. So despite the two halves being so one-sided, it wasn't two teams that necessarily weren't playing up to par with each other. It was just those finer details where Bait just couldn't get it over the finish line.
It felt like Bait was a little bit lost when they needed to trade. I think that was probably the weakest part of their game, when they're trying to get into a bomb site, and then, as we already praised the M80 players for having multi-frag moments, a lot of those are caused because Bait, they're a little bit spacey, they're stringy as they're trying to get into a site, and I feel like it was almost like the fact that it's not the exact same as like a big arena or anything like that, but it is an environment with fans, with a lot going on, and so I feel like they were a little bit shook, and if they had just started maybe 5% better, they would have been fine, but it took them so long to ramp up. Like, it was, I think, the first 5 rounds they had 4 kills or so it took them just way too long to get activated.
And if anything, you know, what we've seen online as of late as well, NPL, obviously playing at a high level, always the guy you look towards for Bait, but when he was showing up, even in the first half, no one was able to follow up on the groundwork or the footwork he was putting in. So, again, I feel like the searching for the identity, we spoke about that coming into the game, this was not a great start for Bait. Obviously, losing the game is one thing, but again, having just NPL being the catalyst of your lineup, playing fantastically well and still not being able to get the win, that's an issue for Bait, and it has been for quite some months.
And it's such a difficult situation when you look at it in the context of, okay, you're 0-1 down. Now, you will have to play another best of one later on today. We'll find out that opponent after all the matches have wrapped up, but this is where the pressure really starts to get you. You don't want to be 0-2 coming out the first day.
No, and we've already seen Bait crumble under just a little bit of pressure.